Sora may spend Kingdom Hearts 4 trying to escape Quadratum, only to discover that going home would make him the villain of somebody else's story. His friends are searching for a missing hero, while Quadratum may be dealing with an outsider who brought an impossible disaster into its streets. Yozora has already shown us how those views can collide. He was ordered to save Sora, then immediately tried to defeat him. I think that contradiction reveals the shape of Kingdom Hearts 4. Sora's route home could become a bridge between two incompatible realities, drawing the lost masters toward an opening that Yozora wants sealed. Sora would eventually have to choose between returning to his friends and protecting a world that regards him as the threat. The first evidence comes from the theme Tetsuya Nomura identified for the game. Quadratum belongs to a reality outside the familiar realms of light, darkness, and in between. Sora regards it as fiction, and its residents apply the same label to Sora's reality. Nomura described the story's theme as the contrast between people in different positions, whose perception changes depending on which side they occupy. The new trailer turns that theme into a material danger. The June 2026 footage says Quadratum originally had no physical manifestations of the forces outsiders call light and darkness. Those concepts arrived from somewhere else, received definitions, and darkness acquired a physical form. The speaker and the group meant by our remain unidentified, leaving Sora's role in the monster's creation unresolved. The secure part of the clue is the mechanism. Ideas can cross the boundary and alter what Quadratum is capable of producing. Now place Sora inside that rule. Square Enix's official story summary says he wakes in Quadratum and tries to return to his original world. His first announced battle is a dark side tearing through the city. By the 2026 trailer, additional enemies shaped by darkness are fighting in its streets. From Sora's perspective, this is familiar Kingdom Hearts logic following him into unfamiliar territory. From a resident's perspective, an outsider appears and creatures from his supposedly fictional cosmology become physically real. That gives the opening its first major conflict. Sora believes fighting those creatures demonstrates that he is helping. The people of Quadratum could reasonably believe his presence is the reason they need help at all. Yozora's secret episode provides the model for that conflict. In Remind, he says that his current appearance is not his true appearance, questions why the person in front of him is using Sora's name, and explains that somebody told him to save Sora after he underwent a series of trials. He proceeds to fight Sora, potentially trapping him in crystal while continuing to describe his goal as a rescue. The scene separates rescue from cooperation. Yozora believes defeating Sora can be part of saving him. The simplest explanation is that Yozora is testing Sora's identity or strength, and that reading remains possible. The wider setup also allows containment to protect both the person and the worlds attached to him if Sora has become an unstable connection between realities. Crystallizing him would function as quarantine while Yozora determines whether the Sora in front of him is the breach's victim, its key, or its disguise. If you enjoy Kingdom Hearts theories that separate the released evidence from the guesswork, subscribe here. The Lost Masters give this conflict a motive because Sora's movement could serve their divided interests. The Lost Masters are positioned as the opposing force of this arc, although Nomura has warned that they do not all share the same intentions. Their conflicting motives allow them to place competing answers in front of Sora instead of pursuing him as a single unit. One master may offer a route home, while another warns that the route is a trap, and a third may treat Quadratum as the only place where ancient darkness can be confronted physically. Their conflicting advice could contain partial truths because Sora's movement serves each of them differently. The Master of Masters has the strongest reason to encourage a crossing because his long campaign depends on manipulating the conditions around darkness rather than overpowering it directly. Quadratum's ability to give foreign concepts physical form could let him use a stable link to Sora's reality to move people, knowledge, and possibly the remaining ancient darknesses across the boundary. Under this reading, Sora's Keyblade is valuable because it performs the function the master needs, opening routes that should remain closed. The Disney worlds can fit directly into that plot. Nomura has said Quadratum will serve as an initial base that Sora leaves and returns to while visiting other worlds. Each trip could teach Sora how the boundary behaves, with local rules shaping how residents perceive him, his Keyblade, his magic, and even his appearance. These journeys would turn the real versus fictional theme into a practical investigation. What survives translation? What changes? And what follows him back? The early payoff would be a working route. Sora finds a way to contact home, perhaps through sleep, death, or a connection carried by the heart. Just as the rescue appears to be succeeding, Riku arrives in Quadratum. Melody of Memory places Riku on the dream route to Quadratum after his visions match the city described by the nameless star. Donald and Goofy approach Sora's disappearance through death instead. The 2022 reveal sends them toward Hades, and the 2026 official summary specifies that they visit the underworld looking for a clue. Together, those missions approach the same absence from opposite directions and could create two anchors on Sora at once, one pulling from Quadratum through dreams, the other pulling from reality through the underworld. That is the ideal midpoint for this story, because Riku's arrival demonstrates both that Sora can be reached and that the wall can be crossed. Yozora sees a rescue operation becoming an open door. The lost masters gain the opportunity they have been waiting for, and Sora finally understands why every apparent solution has made Quadratum less stable. His friends' attempt to bring him home resembles an invasion from inside Quadratum. This interpretation also gives the new enemy saga a personal conflict before its mythology grows enormous. Yozora can respect Sora and recognize that he is trapped while still deciding that his departure is too dangerous. Sora can remain himself throughout the conflict, with his defining instinct to connect with people and open a path forward becoming hazardous in a world where connections rewrite reality. The strongest counterargument is simple. Yozora's battle may be an isolated test in the final world, while the Lost Masters created Quadratum's darkness long before Sora arrived. The new trailer uses plural language about an earlier arrival, and Strelitzia was already living in the city when Sora woke. That weakens any claim that Sora alone caused the crisis. That objection still leaves room for Sora to become the final connection, regardless of who caused the initial breach. The Lost Masters may have imported light and darkness. Strelitzia demonstrates that people can cross, and the Master of Masters may have spent years learning Quadratum's rules. Whatever role those earlier arrivals played, Sora brings a heart capable of connecting people, worlds, dreams, memories, and even lives that should have been lost. An exceptional reach that could stabilize a bridge nobody else can complete. The final act would then invert the ending of the first Kingdom Hearts. In that game, Sora closes the door to darkness and remains separated from Kairi to protect the worlds. Kingdom Hearts 4 can place him on the other side of a different door, with Riku, Donald, and Goofy finally reaching him just as darkness, or the Lost Masters themselves, begins moving through the opening. Once the cost of returning becomes undeniable, Sora chooses to seal the route from Quadratum's side. Closing the breach would fulfill Yozora's mission, while allowing Riku to return with proof that Sora is alive. Donald and Goofy would learn that the underworld offered a clue to the boundary rather than a shortcut around it, and the Lost Masters would lose unrestricted passage, although at least one could remain beside Sora to begin the next phase of the arc. That ending would answer the opening contradiction. Yozora tried to defeat Sora because his idea of rescue includes preventing Sora's connections from being weaponized. even when that leaves Sora unable to return home. So my plot theory is this. Kingdom Hearts 4 will present Sora as the hero of a rescue story and the accidental antagonist of Quadratum's survival story. The Lost Masters will manipulate his desire to return, Yozora will oppose the crossing, and Sora's final victory will be choosing which side of the door he must protect. If Quadratum saw Sora as the source of its crisis, would Yozora be justified in sealing him there? Tell me where you think the line falls, and subscribe for the next evidence-led Kingdom Hearts theory.